thing that you go to school for, aside from you all who are athletes and you're going to get your athletic career going, is that you go to meet people.
DreAllDay.com.
What up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. You know who I am. I decided to start making this series. I was actually thinking about this today because you didn't know. If you don't follow my Snap and my IG, I'm working on my next book. I'll tell you more information about that sometime in the future when it's ready to be told. But as I was writing it, I started thinking about I'm writing a book that's really going to help people help themselves, which is what I do with a lot of my books. This one's going to be the biggest and the best one so far. But as I was writing it, I started thinking about some things that I could have did better in my life, and I thought, you know what, that was a mistake that I made right there. You know what, this is a mistake that I made. And I figured, you know what, why not just do a series of videos, maybe one video a week, where I talk about a specific mistake that I've made in my life. It may not be a specific situation, but it might be a specific mindset and how that affected multiple situations, and then how I realized it was a mistake, why it was a mistake, and what I did to change that situation if possible, because it might be something that already happened and I might just be looking back like, damn, I could have did that differently. So that's what I'm going to do here in this series. If y'all want to hear more videos like this, just let me know in the comments of this vid. And make sure you share this video on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you can share it. Make sure you share the video so more people can see it. So this one right here, what I want to talk about, what I could have did, something that was a mistake that I could have did better, that I can't fix because it's over. I should have partied more when I was in college. You heard that right. I should have partied more. I remember I went to Penn State Altoona as a freshman, which is a local campus. Didn't even have dorms at the time. It doesn't even have dorms now still. And then I went to Penn State Altoona for my last 3 years of college. And my sophomore year, I remember at the beginning of the year, this dude named TJ, he had came to my dorm room one time. He was like, yo, we about to go to this party. You should come. And I didn't know nothing about the partying culture of college campuses. I didn't know nothing about that because I had been at this local campus my freshman year. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna do this studying, make sure my grades is right. Because the coach who had brought me there, he had been talking about grades, make sure your grades is up because you gotta have a certain GPA to be on my team that's higher than the normal standard. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna do my grade. I'm gonna do the schoolwork, make sure I got these grades. He's like, no, Dre, you can't just stay in the dorm all the time. You gotta do something. I was like, nah, I ain't really know everybody like that, and I ain't know nothing like that. So they went and partied. The whole first semester I was there, I didn't go out, I didn't party, I didn't do nothing. People knew me because I played ball. They knew me from being in the gym, but ain't nobody know me like socially because I was never at no events. But then the second half of the year, I discovered the atmosphere of partying and all that because basketball season was over. I started going out more. I started to make a few more friends, hang out with people who wasn't on the team, meet some other girls and stuff like that. And I started going out and partying. And then that was my sophomore year, the last 2 years of college. We did a whole lot of that. And we played ball. I did just enough to get by in the classroom. I talk about that all the time. I talk about it on my podcast too. But looking back on that situation, I tell you this. People ask me, yo, what you majoring in college? I majored in, my degree from Penn State is in business with a focus in management and marketing. But what I really majored in, when people ask me, I really majored in basketball and socializing. Those are the two things that I really majored in. Those are two things that I was most focused on. Those are two things I spent the most time doing. Socializing, meaning making friends, meeting girls, partying, having a good time, and then basketball, working on our games, playing pickup, playing in the games on teams, going to other schools and playing pickup with them, playing in tournaments all over the place. Those are the things that I majored in college. And I say, if I had a chance to do it over again, I would have spent even more time socializing. I would have met more girls. I would have went to more parties. I would have spent more time hanging out. I would have made more friends. One of the most important things, if you see my video with the 4 most important things to major in college, is here on YouTube. I did a podcast episode on the topic also. One of the most important things you got to major in college is socializing, dealing with other people, meeting people, making connections, networking, making friends, winning friends and influencing people, whatever you want to call it. You got to spend time doing that because that's the most important thing you're going to learn in school that you're going to need in life is the connections. See, the thing with sometimes people ask, is it better to go to a big school that's really prestigious or has a really high name, or does it matter what school you go to? The thing is, when you go to a bigger school, let's say you go to something like Harvard Business School, or you go to University of Penn, Wharton, you go to Stanford or MIT, one of those schools, it's not so much the rigors of the academics is going to make you so smart that you're smarter than everybody in the world. That's not what it is. What it is when you go to a school like that is the networks, the connections that you make, because somebody else who went to Harvard Business School has a high position in some corporation who can get you a really good job with a great starting salary right out of college because you went to the same school as them. So you're not going to get that at a smaller school. That's what those bigger schools actually do. The more prestigious schools, that's what you actually get out of them. And as y'all can see, it's hot as hell out here. It's like 6:30 in the evening. It's hot as hell out here, but it's Miami. But anyway, to my point is, the reason why you go to school is not so the academics make you so smart. Because anybody can go grab Google or read a book and get the answer to something in the real world, right? The thing that you go to school for, aside from you all who are athletes and you're going to get your athletic career going, is that you go to meet people, even if you're an athlete, because your athletic career ain't going to be but what, 10, 15 years, maybe? Most athletes, you're looking at 2 to 5 years, 10 to 15 years. If you're lucky and you're excellent, it'll be 10 to 15 years. What you going to do with the next 60 years of your life? Who do you know? Who knows you? What connections did you make back then that you can leverage now to do something with them? Don't think just what you do in the future is going to eventually do it. You can't keep saying that. Eventually, you got to do something with it. So what I'm saying all that to say this, if I could go back to school again, or the mistake that I made in school is that I didn't socialize enough, I didn't meet enough girls, I didn't party enough, I didn't make enough friends, I didn't spend enough time with my friends. The best friends that I have to this day are people that I met in college. What I did in college and ball helped build my game. The things I went through in college, through ball, after college, and before college, built all the story that became a whole lot of the stuff that I talk about today, whether it's story-wise or as the principles of mental toughness, discipline, confidence, personal initiative, perseverance, persistence. All those things I got from college. And if I could go back and correct a mistake, one of those mistakes, I wouldn't say it's a regret, but a mistake, is that I did not socialize enough, I ain't party enough, and I ain't meet enough girls when I was in college. But that's just me. So y'all tell me if y'all want to hear more of these. I can talk about a lot of different topics, a lot of different things that I've done and been through and experienced that I can share with y'all here. So let me know if you want to see more of this series. I'll do it maybe once a week. If people want to see it, let me know. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. And I'm going inside because it's hot as hell.